Thanks for joining me, and I have a project for you today. As you can see here, I have an ammo can. I just got something in from Amazon that you can convert one of these into a lockbox, and I'll show you that now. It's this little piece of kit here. You have to drill a hole, and then you put it in, put the washers in. It has a little locking nut. I'm also going to use a little bit of Loctite for it, just to make sure it's 100%. Once you close the flap, and we'll talk more about that, you can put this on there to secure it better. And then the only gripe I do have is the hole isn't as big, so you can't put, you're limited on the shackle you can use. But something like this Pack Lock Pro, the 90A, will work perfectly, no problem. And that's very adequate for most people. I don't think too many people are going to be able to practice to be able to pick these off the bat, especially your friends and family, I'm sure, aren't going to be doing it right away anyway. Now, granted, they could pick this up and run. I mean, you could always bolt it to the floor, but for one of these, it's about $6. And then if you buy a pack of 4, for 15, you actually get the pilot hole drill bit and a stepper bit to jump it up. I marked it here on what I need to do. And let's take this outside and show you what you have to do to make this into a lockbox. All right, we're outside now, and the first thing is we're going to need to do the pilot hole. This is out of frame at times. I do apologize. I'm still getting a hold of this new stand, or phone holder rather, and trying to use 2 hands and look through the camera is a pain. So we're going to do the pilot hole first, try to make it easier for that stepper drill to come in and make the bigger hole. Quick shout out to Nike, and we're back to the project. We're going to switch out to the stepper drill, and I don't know if this thing that came with these are not exactly as sharp, but man, you got to really give a good push. You can see here I kind of double up to get more pressure to get to that 3rd notch. And we have success. All right, before I show you the install of the bolt, I wanted to say that there was a significant blowout, and with the file and a couple swipes, I was able to clean that up no problem. Looks pretty good. Next, we're going to bring out the Loctite. I love this Loctite, by the way, this chapstick kind. I hate the liquid Loctite, but this stuff is really easy to use. A couple swipes, and it stays on there. You don't have to worry about dripping off on anything. And you'll have this probably last forever, to be truthful. I mean, depending on how much you use it, of course. Next, we're going to grab the washers and the locking nut and pretty much assemble it. I did also have to bring extra tools here, vice grips and a screwdriver that was thin enough to fit through the hole. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about, but first goes the rubber washer, then the metal washer, then the locking nut rather. Now I'm just going to get the locking pliers to attach to that locking nut and just make sure I have a snug, tight fit. Now it's the screwdriver I mentioned before. You need to have it, make sure it's thin enough to fit through that eyelet there, basically. And you're just going to snug it up, and you just want to make sure that you have your eyelet going kind of west to east and not north to south, if that makes sense. Just going to snug it up here, and we're pretty much done. We just need to add the washer and the lock.
Always try to fit in. When they consume my head, I hate this feeling. I wanna be a paragon.
All right, we're back. Probably not the best how-to video. I was probably out of the shot or blurry vision, but I think I got the point across. Anyway, here we are, our finished product. I'll show you how it works. Unlock it, take the shackle out, take your washer off, and you're able to have access to it. Open it right up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I think this was a pretty decent thing for the money, and takes a couple minutes to install it. really simple. I mean, if you really were desperate, you could probably drill holes in the bottom there and bolt it to the floor if you needed to. But these things are, you know, somewhat waterproof or water resistant. They have a little bit of a gasket on the top lid there. Dust proof, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Probably maybe even a little fire resistant. So definitely a nice place to hold your valuables, or, you know, something worth saving. And like I said, the shackle size is limited what you can put on there, but something like this 90A Pro should do just fine. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Catch you next time.